Hey, welcome to Chats by Christ. I'm Charlie.
I'm Nishan.
Uh, Another week, another paycheck. How you been, Dash?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Not too much to report this week. I'm trying to think what we've been up to at the parish. I'm having a mind blank. Not too much, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Most of this week was Carmel's surgery.
yes.
Keep praying for Carmel. She's in recovery. She's doing all right, but also had a rough time of it. So
He's doing a great
yeah,
job. Shout out to
yeah,
Carmel.
shout out Carmel, absolute
Um,
trooper.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, how's your day been otherwise, Charlie? What have you been up to?
it's today's a really hot and humid day, so
35 degrees or something? It's insane.
something like that. It's pretty rough. There's
Yeah.
Malta weather, but also humid, so it sucks. You can't hear my fan, can you, Dash? I got a fan going on in the background.
I think I might be able to hear it when you speak, but like it's not too big of a deal.
Should be fine. I could
Yeah.
maybe. That's fine.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. What's not fine is evaporative cooling in a day like this. I came home and my floor was covered in water because
Oh.
of the condensation.
Right.
So
How does evaporative cooling work? I have no idea. I don't even know what our house has. Like, I think it's ducted cooling. Is that a thing?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
The way evaporative cooling works is it literally like injects water vapor into the air, and that like water vapor,
Ah,
as it like evaporates, it cools stuff down.
I
Stuff
guess
being like
yes.
you. Yeah.
That would make things moist.
Yeah, so we injected a lot of extra humidity into an already humid building, and it didn't
Yeah.
evaporate, it just sat on the ground.
Ah,
So,
I see. I see.
yeah, so me and Dad came home from work and had to fit what Mum started with all the mopping up and stuff.
Fun.
Yeah. Um, Outside of that, just work and
Yeah.
chipped away at the Christmas cards a bit because
Oh, yeah. I
was
need
it?
to get started on that. I leave everything to the last minute every single time. It's terrible.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
it's pretty bad. Oh, speaking of leaving this the last minute, this episode and episodes after this one are gonna release on a slightly different schedule because we're always poor on time. So these episodes are gonna release on Sundays from now on.
Yeah.
Because we record on Tuesday and I aim to upload on Thursday, but like 2 days just isn't enough
Yeah.
time to like comfortably edit and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure the description for last episode doesn't have the hyperlink, so I got to fix that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, this will come out later, and all the other episodes will come out on Sunday going forward, just so I can get time and flexibility on my side.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, enough. So how was your day, Dash? Do you just work?
Yeah, not as exciting as yours. Yeah, it was really hot. I just worked most of the day. It's really hot, so gave the dog a wash outside. Went for a walk once it cooled down. Pretty
Oh,
chill
yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice. Perks of working at home. I get to work at work.
I do like working from home,
I mean,
especially on a day like this.
yeah. I mean, I like working from home is if I don't have work to do. But
Yeah,
like, if
that's
I
true.
have work to do and I have to do it, like, I'd rather be at the office because
Yeah, I've heard like a lot of different like perspectives on that. Like I have a guy at work that's just like if I have something really like that I need to buckle down and do, I prefer working from home.
yeah,
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
different floats for different boats, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
all this talk about work and all this waffling about our days is to conveniently try to hide the fact that neither of us had the time to plan to really plan today's episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we wanted to talk about Christmas and how to approach Christmas, and ironically enough, Christmas is a really hustle and bustle sort of time. we just,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So this is going to be a bit of a loosey goosey ep, but we're still going to try to keep to that theme of Christmas and how to approach it.
Yeah.
So, just to keep on topic, like a lot of I find that like a lot of Catholic Christian media will always harp on about like avoiding the hustle and bustle of Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
don't go buying all the things and going to all the parties and this, that, and the other thing. Which is fair enough, right? Like, it's not Christmas proper, despite what Mariah Carey would tell you. It's Advent,
Mm.
the season of waiting and preparation for Christmas.
Mm.
So we're supposed to be in that sort of waiting, watchful sort of
Yeah.
headspace.
It's a season of expectation.
Yeah, like we are. Yeah, like it's a season of expectation and preparation. There's a bit of preparation, you know.
Yeah, I would say
There's a sense of
preparation.
house cleaning.
Yeah,
So
exactly. In the physical and like the metaphorical sense.
yeah, I need to get to confession.
Yeah, that's one thing I
You went
actually
on
noted.
Sunday.
I went on Sunday, but always good to keep a regular cadence going. I noticed that a lot of churches, I guess, in that spirit of preparation as well, have upped their confession times.
Yeah.
Like I know at our parish, like in the week, like the third week leading up to Christmas, like there is confession like every single day, which is great to see. Actually,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need more
Welcome.
confession times.
Yes. We need more like office hours confession times, not gonna lie. Um
Office hours, sorry.
yeah,
Oh
like
yeah, that's true.
lunchtime, you know?
Yeah,
Because like,
yeah,
like our local parish, St. Francis, has everyday confession, but it's in the morning, 9:45 a.m. It's like, well,
yeah, yeah.
I'm in Nunawading.
Wait, does it have daily confession at St. Francis?
For the week leading up to Christmas, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
On
yeah,
that
yeah,
timetable, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I'll probably
yeah,
call and make an appointment at a place near the office.
yeah. Smart. But
Um,
yeah, it's definitely there's a lot of elements of preparation happening. That there's all the presents and all that kind of stuff, but there is that other side of it as well, which I definitely feel like sometimes I could use a bit more focus on. So that's getting to confession, um, of course, maintaining your standard Sunday obligation and getting to mass as well.
yep.
Yeah.
I know in ye olden times, I don't know if the Westerners did this in the olden times, but I know the Easterns, they do a fast
Yeah.
during Advent. That's another great way to really like get into that sort of preparation. Similar to Lent, how you do fasting to prepare for Easter.
Hmm.
You fast to prepare for the Lord's coming at Christmas.
Yeah. Right.
Um, so that's something you could. I mean, you may think it's too late, but you might as well do something for the last week Advent.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, what else? What else can you do? I mean,
Let's start off with like us. Like, what do you guys normally do as a family for Christmas? Shall we like another aspect of spending like time? Christmas is spending time with family. So like, what do you guys get
hmm.
up to?
Um, it's shifted and changed a lot lately because everyone's getting tired and old. But like, we used to do midnight mass, but now my folks don't want to do midnight mass anymore.
Hmm.
So they might just do Christmas Day mass.
Yep.
Um, and then like a little, like a Christmas Day dinner or something. Mum throws.
Yeah. Nice.
Mum makes love cake. I think it's called.
Oh, Christmas cake.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Christmas love cake. Yeah, that's like a Sri Lankan staple.
yeah. We call it. It's just love cake, isn't it? Or is it Chris? I don't know.
I've heard of Christmas
Um,
cake, love cake.
it's not really It's not Christmas cake in the Western sense. It's almost like a brownie of sorts, isn't it?
They make it for Christmas though, don't they?
Yes, yeah, it is a
Yeah.
Christmas cake.
And weddings? Or is that a different cake entirely?
I don't know. I've never been to a Sri Lankan wedding.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Uh,
say I've never been to a wedding, but that's not true.
yeah, I don't know.
Um,
That's a topic for another time. But yeah, no, yum, cake.
yeah, the cake.
We love cake.
Another cake. Yeah, two cakes. I gotta keep 2 days free for two different cakes. Um, the love cake and the bruther. Is that how you say it?
What's a bruder?
It's like a Dutch bread pudding bunt cake
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Um, because it's Dutch, it's spelled kind of funny. It's let me have a quick googly.
Does it
I
have
think it's
that funny E with the ears?
no, it's normal letters, but like it's the funny spell. Breudher. Yeah,
Oh right, okay.
yeah.
Luca.
Traditional Sri Lankan Dutch buttery yeast cake baked in a fluted mold.
Ah, yeah, yeah, I've seen this before. Wow.
Yeah, so mum makes that and the love cake and throws a dinner. Um, but it tends to be a subdued affair, like immediate family and a couple of friends.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'd probably just be like immediate family and my brother's fiance or something like that.
Cool, cool.
Um, so that's my family. What about you guys? What do you do?
Yeah, we're much the same. Midnight mass used to be a thing. I'm not sure if we'll do it this year. I'm keen to get everyone there this year.
Hmm.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, otherwise, Christmas Day is definitely our sort of thing. We have a lunch, just with some family friends, that sort of we've known for years, so they're basically like family. Yeah, an odd little tradition me and my mate have is we watched the Pixar movie Cars.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we've just like watched it ever since we were kids on Christmas Day, and it's just become a thing. And now we're 25 years old and still watching Cars. So yeah,
Ah,
shows how much we've grown up.
well, what?
What?
I mean, it's an it's an interesting go-to Christmas movie. Not gonna lie, you
There's
know.
like yeah, it's just a
Most
thing that we do.
most people would do something, would pick like I don't know, Polar
Home Alone.
Express or Home Alone.
I watched
Uh,
Home Alone last week. Fantastic movie.
Home Alone's great. If you're more mature oriented, Die Hard technically
Yeah. Yep.
Christmas movie.
The Scrooge, is that what the movie's called, or is that the Grinch?
The Grinch is the Grinch. Scrooge is I think it's called A Christmas Carol.
Right.
Like they're
Okay.
two separate characters.
Shows how much I know about Christmas movies.
Well, that's about all I know. I think I don't know any others.
Yeah. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. That's a Christmas movie, right?
I don't
Think.
know. I've never seen it.
I think that's like like a classic as
Isn't
well.
that a sad movie? Am I thinking of a different one?
Um, Maybe I'm thinking of a completely different. Maybe that's not the right. Oh wait, no, it is a Christmas movie, but it is, yes, a sad movie.
Oh, I don't know if
Yeah.
you want sad movies on Christmas.
Yeah, no, maybe not.
Um,
But yeah, anyway, getting back to topic.
Back on
Yeah,
topic.
normally mass and then Christmas morning mass and then lunch is staple for my family.
Mm, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, ideally you want to keep the Lord front and center during Advent and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But like already, like just hearing you and me talk, like hey, we go to midnight mass, then we do all these other things like
Yeah.
dinner and presents, and I mean those are all nice, and it feels like not wrong, but like it feels kind of sad to just like jettison all of those things, you know? Like we're doing the core team KK, Chris Kringle, Secret Santa,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you call it, in a couple
Yeah.
days time. That's nice, that's fun, it's wholesome. It seems like a shame to say like, no, Christmas is religion time. No fun allowed.
I mean, you could say that about every season ever if you look at it from that perspective.
It, yes, but probably only really makes the most sense in like Lent.
Yeah.
But even then, put on the oil of gladness when you fast. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure you have fun during Lent.
No, but like even just like in general, like if you go about, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Nah, we'll come back to that. Anyway, yeah, no, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But like, I guess all these traditions, like, yes, they're not, inherently centered around, Christ, but I think it's the elements that come from them that are also really important. Like, like gift giving, for example. Like that's embracing the joy of giving, and selflessness and all those kinds of good things.
Yeah.
Christmas dinner, Christmas lunch, like hospitality. Um, you know, yeah, maybe this year you invite someone that maybe doesn't have anyone to spend with Christmas. That season with you invite them to come and join you.
Mm.
Like I think, like you're right in the sense that we should definitely make time for the Lord as we always should, but especially in this time. But I think it was something that I was listening to, I think on like a podcast today or something. Like, do everything that you do to the best of your ability, and that's another way you can serve the Lord. So when you do all these things,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, do them to the best of your ability. So hospitality, show as much as you can,
Mm.
but take that to the next level. Yeah, like gift giving. Maybe obviously we buy gifts, for our family members and our close friends. But sometimes there are people out there that can't afford to either buy gifts for themselves or like their children or anything like that. And there's heaps of programs out there, that help do that. Like I know the Salvos is very active around this time. Red Cross, their
Vinny's.
Vinnies, yeah. Like donate stuff, like clothes, things that like electronics that you're not using anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you can even buy a new thing entirely.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the church has they do the Saint Vinny's, the Saint Vincent
Mm.
de Paul thing, the
The
Christmas
Christmas
tree, the
tree.
giving tree.
Yeah, yeah,
You literally like get a card and the card says like boy 13 or girl 16 or father or
yeah.
my favorite that I never want to get is Christmas cake.
Sorry?
Yeah, like there are some tags I've seen them a couple of years. It's just Christmas cake. Literally, you just give them Christmas
Buy a
cake.
Christmas cake.
Buy Christmas cake. Yeah.
I guess that's kind of nice. I mean, if you bake it, maybe.
I
Nice.
guess. But yeah, so I get distracted. But yeah, you get the card, right? Assuming you get it for a person and not Christmas cake. You buy that person a present, or like you get a present for that person.
Yeah.
Um, this one, I think you wrap this one. Do you wrap the presents? I wrap the presents.
I think you do. You wrap it and then on the outside, like it's sort of like a KK. Like you just put the gift, like the label on the outside that you're
Yeah.
given.
Yep. It's like I didn't wrap my hamper that I got for a father because you can't really wrap a hamper. I mean, you can, but it's a hamper. It's fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
But mum got a girl 14, so I had to wrap that present, and it was a handbag and like a cream of some sort. So to just go on another tangent, like that poor 14-year-old girl is just gonna get the scrungliest package ever. Cause it just like put it in the wrapper, just scrunched it up and like made it look kind of neat and taped it all up. And
Men suck at wrapping gifts. Maybe it's just you and me because
it
I
might
also
just be
suck at wrapping
me.
gifts.
Yeah, it might just be us.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah. Might just be
I
us.
guess we just. Yeah, I can make an origami bird, but I can't wrap anything to save my life.
Yeah. I always go with the trusty gift bag. Like I just cannot wrap.
Nah, Christmas. I like to wrap for Christmas, even though I'm bad at it, because it's Christmas.
Yeah, fair enough.
And also because Christmas tends to be like an incredibly dense,
Yeah.
gift giving season, and gift bags are quite expensive. I'm sorry. I hate to be the Scrooge in Christmas, but like,
You can get them in packs. I recently found out.
wait, what?
Yeah. Aldi sell them in packs of like 3 or 4. It's pretty good.
How much?
I think like $5 for a pack of 3 or 4. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. How big are
Yeah.
these? I'm getting sidetracked, but how big are these bags?
Like medium size, I think. Like we got some yesterday. Like they were pretty decent size. Yeah.
Nice.
We're checking out.
Oh, duly noted. Keep that in mind for next year.
Yeah. But yeah, gifts. Like like I come back to topic. Like I guess yeah, it comes back to like whatever you're doing this Christmas season, do it with the most like love and effort that you can possibly muster, and you can make it something good, regardless. I think.
Yeah. Like we were saying back in the media episode, also known as the infamous Harry Potter episode. Like pursue excellence.
Yeah.
You know, like we urge you to pursue excellence in the arts and the media. Like pursue excellence here and like you're giving.
Yeah.
Whether that be giving gifts, giving hospitality. But I still can't shake the sense that like there is a limit, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to overdo it because I always think about the bit in the Gospels with Martha and Mary. How
Mhm.
like, you know, Martha's like busying herself with the hospitality and stuff,
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
food and all that stuff, and Mary's, you know, sitting and waiting and attentively paying attention to Jesus, and Mary is the one with the better portion.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know, like all the cliche Catholic podcasts and things, like they have a point when they say like, you know, avoid all the hustle and bustle and stuff.
For sure. For sure.
But you also can't avoid the hustle and bustle and stuff, and it's
It's a
also
delicate balance, I think.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just an American thing. So this is slightly off topic, but it just came to my mind. I thought I'd bring it up. Like on the idea of like Christmas traditions, but like I know a lot of like American sort of like Christians and Catholic, like they tend to like volunteer at soup kitchens like during this time. Like that's like a sort of thing that I hear them doing. I don't really hear about that happening in Australia. Do you know if I mean I think there's Christmas on the Streets that is a program that's run here, which is really awesome. Have
I
you heard
don't
about that?
know. I don't know too much about the volunteer
Yeah.
outreach around
Christmas on the
here.
Streets is pretty cool. I think I did it. It was a few years ago. But basically, like they make meals, and they give them out like Christmas Eve, Christmas like Day. You know, like to the
Ah.
less fortunate in the city.
Hmm.
That was really cool.
Yeah, no, that
Did
sounds
that one,
great.
yeah. Like I think even engaging in things like that is obviously worthwhile.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know the missionaries of charity like that they're always running like those meals like that they always that they do I'm stuttering, they consistently do that.
Hmm.
And I would assume that they ramp it up during Christmas time as well.
Yeah, yeah. Christmas.
All great things to get involved in.
Yeah, Christmas tends to be a spiked time, like a tends to be a rough time for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah,
Just for a number of reasons.
yeah.
Um, that's a
What are
that's
your thoughts on
mm.
Christmas carols?
Ah, I see. Look,
Like,
I'm in the choir, so I have to. Like, I think I'm contractually obliged to say that I'm pro carol.
yeah,
Um, but look, I'm pro like religious carol, right? Like,
mm,
they're all cool. I'm not necessarily pro like Christmas carols before Christmas. Um, with like
right,
with like the exceptions of like the more anticipatory ones.
yeah,
You know, like O Come Emmanuel is my favorite.
yeah,
And I love belting that out during every Advent Mass.
mm,
Um, but like, what I despise is I don't like secular carols very
yeah,
much.
yeah.
You know, Rudolph is cute, Jingle Bells is nice. I absolutely despise having them on repeat for a whole day.
Oh,
Dad,
it
please
sucks.
don't, please stop. but
The
like, it's
worst
also
way to work in a shopping center.
uh,
Oh, it's just like non-stop for like 8 to 12 hours a day. It was just Christmas was brutal.
yeah, Christmas. It's brutal enough shopping
Yeah,
with you know 24/7 Mariah Carey on repeat until the day you die. But like imagine working there.
yeah.
That's rough. Um,
Got a feel for those elves in the North Pole. Do they play All I Want for Christmas Is You all year round?
I don't know. Does that even count as a Christmas carol?
I
Define a
mean,
define Christmas carol. Like, is it just any Christmas song?
wow.
Can't be any Christmas
I've
song.
never actually thought about that.
No, it can't be any because like then you'd have like depressing stuff like Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart. Like objectively the worst Christmas song, I think. possibly.
I'm gonna look up what is a Christmas Carol, and it's just giving me the book, A Christmas Carol. Like I cannot find any other definition.
Well, there it is. Job done.
Um, Christmas Carol is a carol on the theme of Christmas. Nice, nice.
Nice. What's a carol?
Traditionally sung at Christmas itself or during the surrounding holiday season. The term Noel is often. I think Christmas music is probably more accurate for something like Mariah Carey.
Okay, yeah.
And then Christmas carols are specifically. But then again, are Christmas carols inherently religious?
I don't. Not anymore. Like,
Yeah.
intuitively, I'd say like Rudolph is a Christmas carol.
Yeah, exactly.
Frosty the Snowman's a Christmas carol.
I think that definition at some point would have changed, like from just inherently like, the Christmas carols that we're thinking about, O Come, O Come, Emmanuel.
Yeah. It would have happened around the same time that, like, society shifted away from Christendom.
Capitalism.
Was it capital? Yeah, I suppose.
I feel like it would have tied in like with the whole music industry and.
Oh yeah, no, like, definitely.
Yeah.
What is your worst Christmas music? Like I said, Wham's Last Christmas, but I changed my mind. There's a worse one. But I'll hear yours first. What is your most disliked Christmas music?
I don't know. Like I feel like All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's not that I hate it. It's just like that's the one song that's just everywhere all the time. Wherever
Yeah.
you go.
Was
Not
that?
that I hate it, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one. It's the meme is the meme for a reason. Like it is the overdone.
She's defrosting.
She's defrosted. She's defrosted. She's here. With global warming, the polar ice caps will melt and she'll be defrosted forever.
Is that why Christmas like they start earlier each year? Like this year,
no.
like I feel like October, like they were already playing like Christmas carols and like putting up Christmas trees in shopping centers. Like global warming is making Mariah Carey defrost faster.
Desh, I think you cracked the code.
Quick, write this down.
quick, we gotta get the scientists. We gotta get Greta Thunberg on this.
Greta Thunberg.
No, my most disliked Christmas song is Santa Honey or Santa Baby. That's just gross. I don't like it.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it because kids listen to this podcast.
I don't think I know this song. Or if I do, like, okay, I'll have to look into it. Although I'm not really looking forward to it based on your review of it.
I mean, I have a very particular aversion to a certain type of content and media, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my most disliked.
Mm-hmm.
The Wham's Last Christmas is a close second because it's sad.
Yeah. But yeah, I think again, it comes back to sort of if you keep the real sort of focus on. It sounds so corny, but if you keep the true meaning of Christmas at heart, I think that's really what a Christmas carol should be, at least. That's in my opinion, at least. And that true meaning is the nativity.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we haven't spoken about the nativity yet.
We have not spoken about the nativity, no.
Yeah, the reason for the season.
Yes. How far back are we starting? We starting with the Annunciation, or are we going?
Yeah, I mean, like it all ties in with this season of anticipation, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it was the Gospel for the first Sunday of Advent was the Annunciation. If
yes.
I'm correct. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where it's all like kicks in a gear because the anticipation was from all the way back in the Old Testament, even.
Yeah.
Because like all the nativity stuff is foretold in the book of Isaiah, the book of the prophet.
Prophet Isaiah. Yep. Correct.
That's the one. Yes. So like all the first readings, I'm pretty sure for Advent are from Isaiah, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Yeah.
Because the whole
I
like
don't
nativity.
remember the exact, but yeah, you're definitely correct.
Because old
Isaiah
stuff.
chapter 9?
I think it's like various parts of Isaiah.
Definitely various
There's
parts. Yeah.
a lot of like the messianic prophecies come from Isaiah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say like, and that's where we get a lot of like the O antiphons, which show up in O Come Emmanuel. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Emmanuel, the name Emmanuel comes from Isaiah, which means
Yeah.
God is with us, which is literally what Jesus is, God with us.
God on earth. Yeah.
Rod of Jesse, uh, wisdom, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're all from Isaiah. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't prepped any prep for this episode, so I'm a mess, and I'm sorry.
No, but I think what you're saying is spot on. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the Annunciation is where we started. So, yeah, that's where it starts. Like, it starts with the angel Gabriel coming to the Blessed Mother, Blessed Mary, and putting forth, giving like the angel declares onto Mary, but like the angel also gives her the option to like back in or out. And Mary accepts the call to be the mother of God.
Wow, I've never thought about it like that. Like the option to back in or out.
Yeah, like that's why Mary
Yeah.
is called the new. That's where all this stuff about Mary
Of
being
course.
the new Eve comes from.
Yeah.
It's like it's her obedience that undoes the original Eve's disobedience.
Yeah. Right.
Oops. So yeah, there's that. Then immediately after the Annunciation, well, not immediately. It's like,
Is that? Nah, it's a whole other can of worms. Actually, I mean, yeah,
what's
no,
that?
it is. I was gonna ask, like, is that? No, it makes sense. Like, sort of, I was gonna go on a tangent of like, is it obedience or is it like just like Mary's ever-ending fealty to the Lord? But I guess it ties in to be the same thing at the end of the day.
That does sound like the same thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Are you talking of like her immaculate conception and being free from original sin, or are you talking about something else?
No, specifically around what you did, like what you were saying about like the option to back in or out, so to say. Like that specifically where I was asking, like, is obedience the same thing as like her fealty to the Lord? And I guess it is.
Well, yeah, like if you know, if you have fealty to your Lord, you'd obey him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah. So my point is redundant. Continue.
Yes, they're one and the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, after the Annunciation, where Mary accepts the call, you get. I don't think this gets touched on in Advent, but you get Saint Joseph, being Chad of a husband. So shout out Saint Joseph, and we'll talk about him more in a later episode, hopefully. Let me actually see what the second Sunday of Advent was. Oh, I gotta talk about the themes of the Sundays as well. Completely forgot. Because like the first Sunday of Advent is what do I?
Alright, so the first Sunday is hope.
Hope, yes, that makes sense.
And second is peace, third is joy, and fourth is love.
Yes. So readings of Mass, yes. And then the reading for the second Sunday was, I think, John the Baptist. Correct? It was John the Baptist crying out in the wilderness to make straight the paths of the Lord.
Yep.
As foretold in Isaiah. How does that tie into peace? I'm not a homilist, so I don't know. But like when it comes to prepare, like to make straight the paths of the Lord and prepare a way for him, like the way we do that is in our own hearts, which is where like the prep and the repentance and the confession all come into it. So in a way, like if I had to like fudge a meaning, not being a priest or a homilist, like this is the Sunday of peace because it's about calling us to make peace with ourselves, or like,
Yeah.
like put aside our sin and return to
You're
the
referring to the
peace of
second
God.
Sunday of Advent, right?
Yes, the second Sunday.
Yeah.
Because first Sunday of Hope makes sense because that's the
Yeah.
Annunciation. The Messiah is coming. Like, get your hopes going.
Yeah. I think like when you talk about peace, it's also like anticipation, but also sorry, I had a coughing fit there. But
You're
it's
good.
also leaving it up to the Lord as well, as in like
Mm,
trusting in His will, which I think is another element of that peace. Like we can be at peace because we can be at peace when we leave things up to the Lord to carry out His will,
yeah. Yep.
which is what Saint Joseph did, which is what Mary did. They were at peace, allowing the Lord to carry out His will through them as well.
Mm, yeah. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. So moving on from there, you go to the third Sunday of Advent,
It's joy.
which is joy. Yes. And the Gospel is again about John the Baptist. Uh, and he's again like announcing that the Lord is coming to make straight his paths. Um,
I think that was
Meanwhile,
about repentance as well, like repenting
yeah,
for in preparation for the coming.
yeah. So this Gospel in particular is the Jews are asking John the Baptist who he is.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not the Christ, I'm not Elijah, I'm not the prophet. Um, so who are you? And then John answers that he is what Isaiah prophesied, which is the voice that cries in the wilderness to make straight the paths of the Lord.
Yeah.
Um, the second reading, the first and second readings tie into the theme of joy a lot better. The second reading is from the letter of St. Paul to the Thessalonians, and it immediately starts with "Be happy at all times."
Yeah.
And then the first reading of Isaiah talks about the Spirit of the Lord being given to him, and he exults for joy.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's that anticipation of the joy that is to come with the Lord's coming.
Yeah.
And also to like wait in joyful anticipation.
Yeah.
Which is probably where, oh well, like I'm not one to question why certain spiritual practices come or go, but like that joyful quality is probably why like the fasting is de-emphasized in the West
True.
during
Yeah.
Advent.
Yeah.
Because even though you put on the oil of gladness, like fasting isn't a intuitively joyful activity.
Yeah. So like was fasting like initially like part of like the like like
I don't
the
know the
canon, I guess?
details,
Yeah.
but like because we have the same like purple as Lent, like it's got the same sort of quality
Mm.
as Lent.
Yeah.
So there is that element of like penitence and fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in preparation for the coming of the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then like Advent is very much more focused on the joy, whereas Lent is more focused on the passion, and so Lent has more of a somber
Yeah.
feeling to it.
Yeah.
And then you get to the fourth Sunday. The fourth Sunday is Love. And this year, the fourth Sunday is also Christmas Eve, so Advent's pretty short. This is the shortest Advent we can get in a liturgical year.
Wow.
Um,
Is that because of leap years?
Yeah, I think
Or
it's just because of how the calendar works. Because like the fourth Sunday of Advent is the Sunday before Christmas,
yeah.
and so
Easter
like Christmas is
that
the day
happened.
after the fourth Sunday of Advent. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
okay. Now I want to check the first Sunday. Hang on. Oh no, I lied about the first Sunday of Advent. I was wrong. The first Sunday of Advent is actually the Lord telling his disciples to be on guard and stay awake. It's not the Annunciation, because the Annunciation is the fourth Sunday Gospel.
Yes, right. Yeah.
So yeah, on the first Sunday, it's the Sunday that starts the season of waiting, and so it starts with the Lord telling us to be alert as we wait, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the fourth Sunday is the Sunday of like, finally he's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's right on the doorstep.
Fourth Sunday, the gospel was visitation, was it?
The Annunciation.
The Annunciation.
The fourth Sunday is when the angel comes and says, the angel Gabriel sent by God to a town in Galilee called Nazareth to a virgin betrothed to a man named Joseph. I think it's the same reading as the Feast of the Immaculate Conception.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Annunciation. Also, it's the Annunciation.
Yeah, that is the Annunciation. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the readings are. These readings seem to emphasize the glory of God more than love.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if things are different in like the traditional Latin Mass missal.
Yeah. I don't know. I went this Sunday, but I didn't have a missal on me, so it was very difficult to follow in the gospel readings.
Oh, it's always
Yeah.
difficult. I always think about buying my own missal, but I only go once in a blue moon, so.
That's my thing. Yeah, I've thought about it multiple times. I don't even have like a nervous order missal. That's my thing.
Well, yeah, you think I might have a Novus Ordo missal actually somewhere. Why is it the Handbook of Prayers? I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, yeah, that was a terrible run through of the Sundays of Advent. So sorry.
From Wish.
Yeah, you ordered your theological breakdown on Catch.com.
Catch is actually way better than Witch. Catch actually has some good stuff.
Ah, okay. I guess we're more like AliExpress.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah. How long have we been going for? I think we got a little bit more time, right?
Yeah, a little smidge of time. We've gone for about 40-ish minutes. We've gone through like general house traditions, Advent. Look, we can't talk about Christmas without looking at the fat elephant man in the room, Santa Claus himself.
I was just like thinking, fat elephant man. What? Say what? Like what in the horror movie is this?
That's what I get for trying to smush sayings together, but alright. Yeah, so Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I used to be a little kid and back in the olden days and have the argument with other kids about Santa's real, Santa's not real.
Yeah.
I don't even I used to say that like Santa has to be real because Santa is Saint Nicholas and Saint Nicholas is real.
Yeah, did you ever get to a point where you just like started thinking about like you went from being a kid who knew that's like Santa was, well, you thought that Santa was real, and then you get to it like a sulky teenager where you realize, okay, Santa's not real, it's just my parents, and then you get back to a point where you're just like, wait, Saint Nicholas is Santa, so therefore Santa is real.
Yeah, like I'm not quite at that third step. I definitely did steps 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I figured out that Santa was my parents all along, and I was like, it was Mum who bought me Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and it was magically in the stocking when we came home from midnight mass.
Yeah.
But like, I think in between, I ended up like in the like my agnostic phase.
Mm.
So I ended up in a weird place where like Santa was us. So like Santa's my parents, and then I become Santa for my kids.
What? Ah, right.
Yeah, because at this point, yeah, the Santa was me the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I sort of viewed Santa as a sort of like fun construct. Like the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
And so now only now I've like relearned that like the saints are real people, and Saint Nick actually was Santa Claus, even though nobody talks about Santa Claus punching heretics in the face.
What an absolute
which is a thing. Yeah, Saint Nick did that. What a lad. What a chad. Well, disclaimer: we don't condone senseless acts of violence. Just to be clear.
Oh, I wouldn't call it senseless.
Yeah, no, this is an exception, but like, your kiddos listening, don't go punching your friends or your enemies on the yard and say we
Yeah,
told you. No,
if someone says Santa's not real, please do not punch him.
I'm
We
not
cannot be held
liable.
liable.
Yeah, we will not be held liable in a court of law for any damages caused by listeners of our podcast. But yeah, so Saint Nick is Santa, allegedly. I still can't quite make the connection between the fat man with the sack who goes down your chimney and Saint Nicholas, the theological juggernaut. Who
Yeah, where did that connection?
I
I
don't
don't
know,
think Saint
man.
Nicholas was. I don't really want to say it, but was Saint Nicholas fat
I
and
don't
jolly?
know. Maybe he was jolly because
Yeah,
the life
yeah,
of the Catholic is full of joy of the Lord. But I don't know if he was fat. I don't know if he dressed in red.
yeah,
I don't know if he has like a penchant for gingerbread cookies and milk, and that's his diet for a whole night.
yeah.
Um,
He also did not travel around the whole world.
I don't know if he likes going down people's chimneys.
Nah, probably not.
But
Chimneys would have been way worse back then as well. I feel like now it's just fireplace. Like back then, it would have been like that's where you cook from.
yeah, I mean, they had chimney sweeps back then for a reason. They were covered in soot because that's where the
But
smoke
they didn't
goes.
even have chimney sweeps like when he was like in his period. Did they? Like I don't think they did.
If
Like I
they
feel
had
like chimney sweeps
chimneys,
was
they
like
might have had chimney sweeps. Someone would have come up
maybe
with the idea after the first chimney house burnt down because it wasn't cleaned properly.
true.
Um, I mean, I know the only like I haven't like done the research on Saint Nick. I know our friend Bella. Shout out Bella. Hi Bella. She
And,
told us that Saint Nick saved some kids from being pickled or something.
sorry.
Yeah, like there was this evil mass murder, this evil psychotic butcher who abducted kids and was gonna pickle them and sell them as ham, like straight up, like cut them up and sell them for meat.
Goodness.
And Saint Nick shows up to this butcher and does the sign of the cross over like the pickle jar, and the kids. He resurrects the kids basically, like he brings them back to life.
Uh-huh.
That's the story, but like I don't know how we get from pickled children to give you coal if you're naughty. You know?
I mean, to be fair, getting a piece of coal sounds a lot better than being pickled.
That's true.
You wouldn't really want to tell a kid, "Hey, if you know, don't be nice this year, I'm gonna pickle you."
Be nice to see, are you going in the Big Mac? Just trying to read about St. Nicholas just to see if there's anything about. Well, I found the story of the pickle kids. Wait.
Yeah, I found like a very
Apparently
different.
that story is fake too, according to this website.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
apparently there's like a bunch of. Whoa. Yeah, this is a real rabbit hole.
So there's a story about how he like gave dowry money to his neighbors' daughters,
I just
so that
read
they
that.
could get
Yeah.
married. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of that paragraph, it's like the three purses in the pictures came to be mistaken for the heads of three children, and so that's where the story of the pickle kids came from. It's like, okay.
Yeah. So now, like that's in ties in with this version that I'm reading, where in medieval times, during a time of famine, a butcher in the town of Myra, where Saint Nicholas lived, lured three young boys into a shop, killed them, and intended to sell their meat as pork. And Saint Nicholas, known for his compassion, miraculously intervened.
Hmm.
So yeah, it seems that there's some elements of the story that make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Alrighty.
Yeah, no, I'm in the rabbit hole. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, same.
Well, I hope you learned something this episode, because I didn't. I'm sorry.
We learned a bit about Saint Nick.
Yeah. Look, I learned the lesson to not get too caught up in the hustle and bustle of Christmas so I could do my podcasting work. Because I got to do it again next week.
I learned that global warming is forcing Mariah Carey to defrost earlier and earlier in the year.
Yes. It's a real... I used to be a climate denier, and now I'm all for it.
I think this is just solid proof.
Those protesters in the city, no, they're on it. They're doing the right thing.
They're doing the right thing.
They're not doing the right thing. How dare they?
You say that until you get caught in one of their traffic jams.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like, no, don't. That's... Man, don't.
On that glorious note, I think we've hit time.
Yep, that is time.
Yeah.
Any prayer intentions, Dash?
Well, like you mentioned at the start, Carmel, our youth minister, is still recovering from her surgery, so keep her in your prayers.
Yes.
And I think in the spirit of the season, coming back to, we pray for, maybe people that don't have families to spend during this time of Christmas. Maybe they do have families and, they're struggling to make ends meet. We pray for those people as well. Because it's hard to wait in joyful anticipation, when you've got struggles like that. So yeah, we pray for those people that things get better.
Yeah, well,
What about you, Charlie?
I think you've ticked off all the ones on my list. I guess the news about the conflict in Israel-Palestine has sort of dried up on the TV, but I think that's still going on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the
Same
media
with Russia, Ukraine.
Yeah,
that's
they're
still
both
going on. Sure, there's countless other conflicts and persecutions and all that sort of thing in places that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
And so all of these people at this Christmas time, they probably
We pray
just
for
cannot.
everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, pray for everyone. That's a great blanket. Pray for Buddy the elf.
Pray for Buddy the elf. Yeah.
No, but on a serious note, like, yeah,
Pray for
all those
friends,
people.
pray for your neighbors. Pray for that guy you don't like. Pray for everyone.
Make sure when you pray for the guy you don't like, you are genuinely praying for his good and not
100%.
your own vindication. It's a
100%.
trap I fall into all the time. So
absolutely. Yes. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, thanks so much for listening to me ramble and Desh try to salvage all of it.
We will be more organized next week. We promise.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Promises were made to be broken.
That sounds like an offense against justice, but okay. Let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Look, this is a rabbit hole for another time.
The Lord says don't swear oaths, so don't do it.
All right. I do not promise that next week I will be just as unorganized, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
You know who I am. So
yeah,
you can deal with me again next week.
At least I'm true to my real person, my real life self as well. So
yeah,
I'm being authentic.
Yeah, well, that's a whole episode topic that I'm very excited to do eventually someday. But yeah, whoops. On that note, again, thanks so much for listening. Hope to see you again in the next one. If you liked this episode and all of its chaotic glory, rate the episode, share it around, share the podcast, help us reach more people, and get the good word of the Lord out in weird and wonderful forms.
Yeah. Share our socials as well. You know where to find us on Spotify or on Instagram as well. If you have any feedback for us, you've got our email, chatsbychrist@gmail.com.
Yep, we're on Apple's podcast as well, if you're an Apple person.
Then
I think that covers everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. God bless.
Thanks so much. God bless. Cheers.
See ya.